over here. I promise I will heal you.
That was unfortunate.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey guys, welcome back. I know why you're here. You're here because you're tired of playing classes for babies. Invisibility? What kind of baby hides? Rocket jumping? What, so I can be better at running away? No, you're here because you drink testosterone for breakfast and vinegar for lunch. You don't care about movement mechanics or hitboxes. You want to plant your flag, stand your ground, and mow down armies of lesser men. You're here to learn how to play as the biggest men in TF2. Well, I've got all the info you need right here. Welcome to TF2 101, the show where I cover each of the 9 classes and go over basics for beginners. Today's episode is all about the heavy weapons guys, so let's not keep the big guy waiting and jump right in. The minigun has the single fastest damage output of any primary weapon in the game. I mean, it's a giant Gatling gun, of course it does. However, not only does it slow you down while firing, it takes a minute to spin up. It's easy to get caught off guard while repositioning and gunned down while you're still painfully trying to spin up, so don't run off on your own. There are times when a heavy can go off on a solo mission to wreak havoc in the enemy backline, but in general, you gotta stay with your team to reinforce them, and so they can back you up while you're unrevved. A heavy is at his most vulnerable when he's on his own and not shooting, so do your best not to wander off by yourself. Heavies reinforce the team, but they are also reinforced by the team, and good cooperation with your smaller friends is one of the primary paths to victory. This is a very small but very important tip. Like I said above, Heavy is slowed down when he begins spinning up his gun, but not always. If you rev up your gun while mid-air, you don't lose any speed. So if you're about to round a corner and you know there are enemies on the other side, jump before revving. Time it right and you'll be shooting about when you hit the ground, or even before if you've got the Tomislav. It doesn't seem like much, but jump revving can have a tremendous impact on how quickly you're able to start doing damage, letting you ambush more effectively, lose less distance on retreating enemies, and react to enemy ambushes more flexibly. The less predictable you are, the better, and jump revving is a great way to throw off enemies who think they have you cornered. Every heavy knows that you can give sandwiches to your medic to heal him. What many heavies don't seem to know is that you can give sandwiches to anyone, at any time. Being able to sling a health pack to another teammate is a big deal. It can save them a lot of time, or can prevent someone from burning to death. Keeping your allies in the fight is always a good move, especially with the banana. That thing recharges so fast that you really have no excuse not to give it to as many people as you can. Feed your team. Shotguns are good, and you should use them. Sometimes. They do good damage and don't need to rev up. If you constantly find yourself caught out and unable to get revved up in time, the shotgun is a perfectly suitable backup plan. Running around with it immediately solves the "I can't even shoot before the stupid scout kills me" problem, because you can just shoot back right away. It's not always viable since you might not be able to heal yourself when you really need it, but in games where the enemy is spread out and you're likely to come across a few stragglers while getting back to the front lines, the shotgun or panic attack will be more than capable of defending you while you're on your own. Like I said before, Heavy is most vulnerable when he's alone, but with a shotgun, that vulnerability is significantly reduced. Be aware of your surroundings, all the time, everywhere. Heavy's 3 greatest weaknesses are sniper, spy, and focus fire. Coming across a group of people on your own feels like an opportunity to get a big kill streak, but if you're not careful, you'll get torn apart. The 2 insta-kill classes in the game can just ignore your 300 HP and wipe you up with no trouble, so learn the common sniper sightlines and keep your ears peeled for that decloak sound. Snipers like to stand behind their teammates or on top of tall things where they can see most of the battlefield. Every map has flank routes built into them to help get around these sight lines, but some definitely favor sniper more than others. Try to keep in mind that both sniper and spy are designed to take you down, so don't get frustrated when it happens. Get in the habit of turning around every so often. A good spy will wait until you're distracted by other enemies to strike, so if you're up against one who knows what he's doing, consider just randomly turning around in the middle of a firefight. It sounds really dumb, but a soldier who is 20 feet away isn't going to kill you nearly as fast as a backstab will, and a spy in backstab range will take maximum damage from the gun, so you'll be able to clean him up in seconds and go back to shooting the other guy. Sniper's a bit harder. You kind of have to flank him if he's set up in the right spot, the same as an engineer nest. Sometimes your team just takes care of the sniper without you having to do anything, but that's not something you should rely on. If you can get close to the sniper without him noticing you, great, you win. Using the minigun at long range doesn't do a ton of damage, but it's not worthless. People kind of laugh off Heavy's long range capabilities, but the bullets still do damage. They still force people to get out of the way or risk death. Heavy is strongest at mid to close range, but he isn't pyro. He can still do things at longer ranges, just more slowly. All in all, taking a sniper down isn't something you'll always be able to do as Heavy, but if you make good use of flank routes, you'll usually be able to take care of yourself. Heavy is a tank. He's a damage magnet, there to draw fire away from teammates and towards himself. That's why he's so big. He demands attention. You can't just ignore a Heavy sitting on the objective or you'll lose. You're there to take damage, deal damage, and stick to the objective like Stalin's mustache sticks to his face. Mechanically speaking, Heavy is simple. Just walk forward and shoot. All the skill from playing him comes from awareness, game sense, and not being an idiot. And that's hard. I'm not good at that part. I love being an idiot, but he's a ton of fun to play, and I hope this little guide can help you be the anchor your team needs with just a bit more effectiveness. That's all. Like, subscribe, and get out. Video's over.